The Voice. Do fans think Blake Shelton will return to the show? The Voice fans have voiced if they think Blake Shelton will ever return to the show. He has been wanted by viewers since he left. He did 23 seasons on the show. Fans want to see him come back for another. However, people do not know if that is going to happen anymore. His wife, Gwen Stefani, is returning to the show next season. Keep reading to find out more about this. Season 27 coaches. The 26th season of The Voice is next. They have revealed the coaches. They will be Snoop Dogg, Gwen Stefani, Michael Bublé, and Reba McEntire. However, they have also revealed the coaches for Season 27. Kelsey Ballerini will be one of the coaches. She has been on the show before as a fill-in coach, mentor, and more. Adam Levine will also return. He is one of the odd coaches. They will also be joined by Michael Bublé and John Legend. Fans are excited to see Kelsey as a coach as they loved her small appearances. Do fans think Blake Shelton will return? Now the question is, do fans think Blake Shelton will ever return to the show? It does not seem likely. Could the others come back? So S26 is on its way, and the coaches for S27 were just announced, and I am so flipping excited. Kelsey is going to be a coach, which I have been wondering about for a while, and Adam is coming back, which makes me wonder if Blake could come back if he really wanted to, or Ariana or Kelly. What do you all think? Kelly and Blake won't be back because they don't want to. They've said this many times in interviews, whereas Adam hadn't really commented since 2020. Kelly started a new life in New York, moving her talk show and family there. Blake is done other than maybe as an advisor. Yes, he said that was the only reason he would come back would be as a mentor for Gwen. Blake's done for good, and TBH him coming back after they did a gigantic send-off for him would be corny. Blake said he would come back for a one-off if they got the 4 odd coaches together, but besides that, Blake doesn't really have a reason to come back. He's already had a pretty impressive run of 23 seasons, so it does not seem likely that Blake will return to the show, especially since he has made several comments about being done. If he did return, it would be for 1 season with the original coaches, and then he would leave again. It seems that fans find it unlikely that Blake will return to the show. Unfortunately, he has made it clear that he does not have any plans to come back. The only way he would come back is if they could get all 4 odd coaches. They got Adam Levine. However, the rest are not there. He may come back next season to be a mentor for his wife and her team. What do you think? Sound off in the comments below. Blake Shelton's tenure on The Voice was iconic, shaping the very identity of the show and making him one of the most recognizable faces in reality television. As one of the original coaches when The Voice first aired in 2011, Shelton became synonymous with the show's success. Over the years, he cultivated a dynamic rapport with fellow coaches, contestants, and fans alike, building a loyal following that transcended his country music base. But when he announced his departure after 23 seasons, it felt like the end of an era for both the show and its fan base. The big question now is, do fans think Blake Shelton will return to The Voice? The era of Blake Shelton. Before we delve into the possibility of Shelton returning, it's important to understand just how influential he was on The Voice. From the beginning, his down-to-earth personality, witty banter, and sharp coaching style earned him a special place in viewers' hearts. He wasn't just a country superstar, he was a coach with a genuine love for mentoring new talent. Shelton often transformed inexperienced contestants into rising stars, many of whom gained careers in the music industry thanks to his guidance. Over the course of his 23 seasons, Shelton coached a record 9 winners, making him the most successful coach in The Voice history. His folksy charm, paired with his competitive streak, created a perfect balance on the coaches panel. And let's not forget the hilarious bromance between Blake and Adam Levine, which defined many seasons of the show. When Levine left after 16 seasons, many wondered if the show would still maintain its spark. However, Shelton's presence continued to anchor The Voice, proving his integral role. So, when Shelton decided to step down after more than a decade, it was understandable that fans were emotional. Many longtime viewers felt like they were losing a beloved member of their TV family. It was a departure that left a significant void on the show, one that's not easily filled. The reasons behind Shelton's exit. Shelton's decision to leave The Voice didn't come as a complete shock. After all, the grind of doing multiple seasons a year, alongside managing his own booming country music career, must have taken a toll. There's also the personal side of things. Blake married fellow The Voice coach Gwen Stefani in 2021, and his desire to spend more time with her and step into family life may have played a role in his decision to step back. In interviews following his announcement, Shelton expressed a desire to focus on his personal life and take some time for himself after the relentless schedule that The Voice demands. While many understood this, his exit still felt bittersweet. After all, Shelton had become more than just a coach. He was the heart and soul of the show. His larger-than-life persona, coupled with his sincere passion for nurturing new artists, made him irreplaceable in the eyes of many fans. But now that Blake has been gone for a while, the burning question remains: will he return? For many, it seems almost unimaginable that he won't at some point. But is there any reason to believe he will? The fan perspective. Hopeful speculation. Fans of The Voice have been vocal about their desire to see Blake Shelton return. Social media buzzes with speculation, with many expressing the sentiment that the show just doesn't feel the same without him. While The Voice has brought in a range of other celebrities to sit in the coaching chairs, including artists like Ariana Grande and John Legend, none have quite captured the spirit and consistent fan engagement that Shelton did. Some fans argue that, much like how American Idol saw original judges like Simon Cowell leave but eventually rotate back into similar shows, The Voice could see Blake Shelton return in a guest capacity or even for a special season. It's a common trend in television. Popular figures step away to explore other opportunities or take a much-needed break, only to return when the timing feels right, either due to nostalgia or the offer of a juicy deal. Blake's close ties to NBC, which produces The Voice, and his long history with the show mean the door is likely always open for him. Blake Shelton's own hints, Shelton himself has not entirely ruled out the possibility of a return. While he has been clear about wanting to step back and enjoy a slower pace of life, he has left the door ajar for future involvement. In several interviews, he's spoken fondly of his time on The Voice, making it clear that his decision to leave was not due to any dissatisfaction with the show itself, but more about personal priorities. In fact, some fans point to the possibility that he could return for special seasons, such as an All-Stars edition where former winners and standout contestants return for a rematch. This could be the perfect scenario for Shelton to step back into his coaching role without committing to the full-time grind of multiple seasons per year. Additionally, given his history with Gwen Stefani, who remains an active coach, there's speculation that Shelton could make occasional guest appearances during seasons where she is involved. After all, the chemistry between the couple has been a big draw for viewers, and their playful back and forth has brought a unique dynamic to the show. The changing face of The Voice without Blake. As The Voice continues into its post-Blake era, fans are still adjusting to the changes. His absence is palpable, and while the show continues to be successful, there's a sense that something is missing. New coaches are talented and charismatic, but they haven't yet reached the level of relatability and authenticity that Shelton brought to the table. In many ways, Blake Shelton was the voice of The Voice. His genuine investment in the contestants' success, combined with his humorous interactions with fellow coaches, made him irreplaceable. His deep roots in country music and his down-home charm gave the show a particular flavor that other reality competitions lack.